I'm Charlotte Cook with GEUS Your Yoga. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to learn some basic standing poses today. So to warm up, we're going to do a little stretching. We're going to start on our feet. Go ahead and grab your chair if you think you might want to use a chair, and I will show you variations. But inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, let them float down to your side. And then inhaling up. And this time we're going to swan dive down to the ground. So hinging where the leg attaches to the torso, bringing yourself forward to the earth. This is called a half sun salutation. And then I'm going to come halfway up on an inhale. Keep breathing. Don't wait for me to tell you to breathe in or breathe out, folks. Hug your elbows into your body, making an L with your body. Exhaling, releasing to the earth. Big circle up. Arms wide, leading with the heart, coming up. It's like you're lifting a big ball of energy, reversing the hands facing downward, coming down into Anjali Mudra or prayer pose. So that's your half sun salutation. And that's a good stretch to do morning, night. If you can't remember what we did in class and you're wanting to move and do some things, this half sun salutation is what I usually teach that you can take home with you and do. And you'll be amazed at how much better you feel every day. Now, if you can't go to the floor, remember you can have your chair in front of you, and when I'm folding down to the chair, you can fold down to the floor. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to face the other way so that you can see what my body's doing, the L, and where my elbows and my arms are. So you can stay facing forward, because we'll be facing forward when we do our standing poses. But I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what the sun salutation looks like from the side also. So standing in mountain pose, feet rooting into the earth, tailbone tucking down, lifting up, shoulders back, down, hands at your side, balanced. Breathing in, balanced breath, balanced body, balanced mind, we hope. Breathing in and out. Inhale. Arms coming up. You can tilt the chin up and you can touch the fingers, or you can just stay here with the chin level and the arms up. Rotating the palms outward. Exhale. Folding from the hinge, leading with your heart, coming down to the floor. Inhale, halfway up. Flat back, hug the elbows into my body. My hands are on my legs. There's different variations depending on where you are in your yoga, where your arms are in this particular pose, but this is the way we're going to learn it. So I'm making an L with my body. This is an inhale, so I'm lengthening, taking this breath, and then folding back down to the earth. Then inhale, see how my arms are coming out wide, wide, wide. I'm lifting with my heart. Exhale into prayer. And this pose shows you the power of the breath. So I want you to do it again with your own breath. I'm not going to talk quite so much to you. Just remember that when you're reaching up, you're inhaling. When you're folding down, you're exhaling. So when you're halfway up, you're coming up. I'm going to show you one more time. Inhaling. Let's get it together. Then inhaling halfway. Folding your exhaling. Lifting your inhaling. Continue. Exhale. The arms are coming down. Continue with your own breath on this next one. If you happen to miss one of the movements, just keep breathing. If you're at home doing it, just keep breathing. Okay, now come into mountain pose, into Tadasana. Raise your toes, spread your toes. If your toes don't spread, lean over and take your fingers, take your hand and spread them. That's your foundation. Some people have natural yogi toes. I don't, but inhale, exhale, step, step. Remember, the feet are parallel with the edges of the mat. Come up on the right foot, swivel it out to the side, press the heel away. Your front foot is in line with the arch of your other foot. And the first pose we're going to learn is Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Most of you have seen this on TV. It's the pose they always show on TV. I'm going to drop my arms down while I'm talking to you just a moment. You can do the same. See how my shoulders are still facing you. My hips are still facing you. These are hip openers. This doesn't feel natural, and yes, it's supposed to feel a little strange because your hips are rotating in a way you're not used to. You will see various ways of doing this pose. Some with the arms particularly. Some people have their arms pointing up. It doesn't matter if you see it done a different way. There's a lot of variations on yoga. So don't think, when I started doing yoga, I went to a class, I thought, well, she doesn't know what she's doing. That's not the way you do that. Don't be that person. I've learned better since. So arms out. It's all good. And I'm going to bend my front knee. Okay. I'm going to look out over my front hand. Glance down at your knee. Make sure you can see your toes. Your knee should be facing your second and third toe, not your big toe. So the tendency, watch my knee, is for it to fall in like that and the foot to roll. So you want to have that knee facing the second and third toe. Press strong through that back heel. Remember, you pushed that heel back. It's at about a 15-degree angle, that back leg. So the energy on the pose is from here down through the pelvis, here. So if you're here, pull back on your bow and come down to the earth instead of leaning out to the side. Deepen your pose. If your knee was past your toes and you need to deepen your pose, you walk your front toes out. You don't bend the knee further. You walk your toes out. Then drop the back arm down. Let your front arm face up and look up. This is called Reverse Warrior. Some people call it Exalted Warrior. Come back through your Warrior 2. Proud warrioresses and warriors, swivel on that foot. Fold forward. Inhale, lengthening the front of the body. Exhale, folding forward. It's a pose of introspection, just letting go. Monkey fist if you want. Remember, inch the feet in and come up. Step your feet back together. Sometimes we just go immediate to the other side, but for beginners, I like for you to step your feet together so that we have more practice getting into the foot position. Mountain pose. Inhale, exhale, step the feet. Press the heels out. Up on your left heel, placing the spread toes down, press the back heel away. And again, as you come into the lunge, instead of reaching forward into it, bend that knee and lower the body down, down, down to the ground. Try to keep this back leg stabilized. If your stance is too wide, it starts to falter on you. See, mine is at its limit right now. And so press through the outside edge of your back heel to stabilize that back leg. Breathing in, breathing out. Remember, energy from here through here. Drop the back arm, Front palm faces upward, lifting up. This arm comes down, the back arm comes up, back through your warrior. And you see as I raise my arm up how my leg wanted to straighten. That's something we have to, so I want to stay in my lunge while I'm doing that. The tendency is, even for me, for that leg to straighten. Then swivel the feet back to the front and step your feet together. Okay. Today we're going to do Shavasana. That's the relaxing pose on the floor. So go ahead and come down. I'm going to show you, it's called a supine twist, which means a reclining twist. So come to the floor. Walk your hips out of the back. Make space. Be comfy. Knees bent. Okay. Put your left foot on your right knee. Just set it right on top of it there. Reach over with your right hand to the outside of your leg. Try to keep this left hand facing the ceiling and facing upward. And pull your legs and hips to the right. Okay. You can look straight up or look to your left. Once you've gone to the side, you can let go and rest this hand on the floor. If you want more stretch in the hip, you can straighten this right leg. I'm running out of room here. Straighten the right leg and twist and let that toe, that foot go to the floor. Just breathe into the twist, letting go. This should feel really nice to your back after doing the standing poses in any time. Then bring the leg back. If you extend this top leg and find it's too much stretch in the hip, just come back. Then come back to center. Both feet flat on the floor. Right foot up on top of the left knee. Left hand over to the outside of the thigh. On an exhale, just let the legs and hips roll to your left, keeping your shoulders square to the ceiling. And then if you want to straighten this leg and let it touch the floor. See how I was moving my legs around? There's no right and wrong. You can kind of find that sweet spot for you and what your body needs. Have that conversation always with your body. And I want you to stay here where you are on the floor. I'm going to come up to a seated position and talk you through a little short meditation, visualization. So let your eyes just settle back into their sockets. Take a moment and shut your eyes. Let your tongue rest back in the soft palate of the mouth. Follow your breath in. Follow your breath out all the way. Stay with the breath all the way in. Stay with the breath all the way out. Swallow. Let your chin Just ever so slightly, just as you exhale, just soften towards your chest. It's not even a movement, it's just sort of a letting go. I call it a sighing out. And that's going to dissolve away the gripping in your throat. You're on the floor, I'm seated, but you're going to let your shoulders fall back to the earth. Let your hands be at your side with your palms facing up. That opens across the chest. One breath bridges into the next with little effort on your part. Just allow the breath to hold you. When your mind wanders, just come back to the texture of your breath, the temperature of your breath. See how cool your breath is as you breathe in and how warm it is when you breathe out. And then begin to deepen your breath. Move your fingers and toes a little bit. And then you'll roll to your right side with your knees bent. Then use the strength of your arms to push yourself up to a seated position. Or you can come over into child's pose before you sit up if you prefer. We do the best we can by the light we have to see by. Namaste. I'm Charlotte Cook with GEUS, your yoga. Shine on.
This video has been brought to you by GEUS 34. GEUS is your community-owned provider for electric, internet, cable TV, and true local programming.